She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, आपका स्वागत है वेज बाइज बाय अबिका में। मैं हूँ अबिका और मैं लाती हूँ तरह तरह के व्यंजन। और आज की हमारी रेसिपी है चॉकलेट केक, जो कि है रुई जैसा नरम और साथ में है बिना अंडों के और है वीगन, जिसको सभी लोग खाएंगे और पसंद भी करेंगे। Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel Veg Spice by Abika. And if you're new here, you can check out my other recipes as well, because they're posted on every Monday and Thursday. And you can hit that subscribe button and little notification bell so you're notified whenever I post a new video. And I hope that you're doing well. So let us talk about our new video. So our new video is all about a perfect chocolate cake which is eggless, moist and also vegan, so everybody can enjoy it. And before starting the video, I want you to like my video, share my video, and also comment down below what are the other recipes you want me to try. And subscribe to my channel and hit that little notification bell so you're notified whenever I post a new video. So without blabbering a lot, let's get started into our video. Take about 1 cup of all-purpose flour and sift it really nicely. It is a very crucial step as we are not using any eggs. This will ensure that a lot of air is incorporated in our batter. Now take about 1/4 cup of cocoa powder and sift it as well. Since cocoa powder have a lot of lumps, we need to make sure that the batter is lumpless, and that's why we sift it. Now take about 1 cup of milk and boil it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then take 1 teaspoon of any instant coffee and add it to the milk. I chose Nescafe, but you can do anything, and stir it really nicely so that milk and coffee is combined, and then pour it into a cup and keep it aside for some time. Add about 1½ teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda into the dry ingredients and keep it aside. Now taking another bowl, add about 1/4 cup of oil and ½ cup of powdered sugar. Whisk it really nicely until it forms a very smooth consistency. Now add about 2 tablespoons of butter and mix it as well. The butter will bring out a lot of flavor in the cake, which isn't possible without the egg, and the oil will make sure that our cake is very moist. Now bring back the hot coffee which we kept earlier and add it to the sugar oil mixture and mix it really nicely. The heat of the milk will melt the butter very nicely. You can make a good froth out of the mixture by whisking it in a diagonal motion or a slant motion. Now bring back the dry ingredients and mix it really nicely, and then give a good mix to the wet ingredients and add it into the 2 batches to the dry one, and using a cut and fold method combine everything really nicely. Once you feel like the batter is a bit dry, you can add the rest of the wet ingredients into it, and using the cut and fold method again combine it nicely. Once you think everything is combined partially or up to a mark, then you can use a stirring method and give it a good stir or two, making sure that the batter is lump free, and make sure the batter is in flowing consistency but not in the runny one as shown in the video. Now add about 1 tablespoon of vinegar into the batter and give it a good stir or two, making sure that the vinegar and the baking soda reacts and give out CO2. It's a very basic reaction. Guys, do not overmix it or else you will knock out all the air, which isn't good for our cake. Now transfer the batter as soon as possible to a pre-greased cake tin and then transfer it to the oven You have to bake this cake on a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes, and you have to check this in between as well. When you insert a skewer and it comes out clean, this indicates that your cake is ready. And now cover it up with a cloth until it cools down completely. Now take about 3/4 cup of cooled whipping cream in a bowl and keep that bowl on an ice bath. This will ensure that the cream remains cooled down throughout. Once you start whipping the cream will become thicker and thicker. After a few minutes of whipping it, the cream will reach a stage where it will be called soft peaks. The soft peaks mean that it will form peaks which will be bent on the top. Now scrape out the cream from the bottom and from the edges of the container. This will ensure that the cream is whipped evenly. After whipping it for 2 to 3 minutes again, a stage will be reached which is called stiff peaks. In another bowl, add about 1/4 cup of combination of milk and dark chocolate and add about 3 tablespoons of milk to it. Now melt it really nicely. Now add the melted chocolate into the whipping cream and combine it really nicely. A perfect chocolate mousse will be formed. You can serve it right away after chilling it. It goes for a perfect dessert as well. But guys, we have to top it off on a cake. So don't start eating it. Once everything is combined nicely, add the dollop of the mousse on the cake and spread it all over. I wasn't feeling fancy, so I did a very minimalistic design, but it's up to you. You can do it in a fancier way as well. I just used about 3 tablespoons of chopped almonds and spread it all over the cake, and voila, I was ready with a perfect cake that can be served any time of the day or night as well. I hope that you enjoyed my video. Do comment down below about it, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see.
Thank you for watching my video. Bye guys.
She's a Mona Lisa.